Hey guys, how you doing? It's Ryan Date, aka Date Ryan Samo on Twitch and on Twitter. A member of the Hashira podcast, we talk all things anime and nerd, and we are back with you for another conversation and some manga review. So, we're going to be talking about chapter 1068 and 1067 of One Piece. And of course, if we're doing that, then you know who's going to be doing it. That is Deem, Black by Nature 66, and of course, Tom, who is Nobunaga to know. And of course, they're going to be giving you their thoughts, their reviews, and their future ideas, and some of the theories that they have around all these things happening in One Piece, and as they continue to look forward into the adventure to find the One Piece. So, if you like what's going on here, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to be part of the conversation. Please put a comment in the section below to let them know what you think of their reviews and their thoughts, and so that they can get back to you and talk about some theories that they have with some theories that you have and some information that you have as well. We always love to see you having these conversations because that's what makes this kind of important to us. So, without further ado, please enjoy the episode. Johnny.
I'd like to begin with a fact.
Before we even get into 1068, I want to talk about the cover page for 1068, which was Caesar
and Judge. You're right.
Fighting, and they're both former members of Mads. And it was, I don't know, I thought that was a really good page because if you look in the background, a little piece or a little snippet of the background, you can see Vegapunk because you can see like the tongue hanging down.
Now,
if you saw that or not.
I did see that. Now, if you really look at that, it has the little, like, you know, when they're thinking, like it has like the little cloud above their head, and both of those clouds came to one, and that was a picture of Vegapunk. So it's like they both were thinking about Vegapunk at that time.
Yeah, they must have had something in the past because it looks like
Correct.
Vegapunk was the head of Mads, and I looked a little bit further into it. It was Caesar, Judge, and Queen that was also part of Mads at one point in time until the government forced them to disband. I thought that was actually pretty cool. That means they had some differences way back when, and then it turns out to be pretty crazy that Sanji's the one to beat up Queen later on. So, he got revenge for his father at some point.
Correct.
And maybe they all fell off for some specific reason, but it looks like Caesar and Judge really do not like each other. So
okay, now it's certain things in this. Well, I'm talking about 1068. I'm going to be segueing into back and forth into both 67, 68, but it's a certain thing. I think this was 1067 when Vegapunk was like very adamant on giving something to Jewelry Bonnie, and like he made it right. And then now in 1068, he was like, oh, you know, grab her and bring her to wherever we got to go. Now, I'm not going to say that that's what's being said, but in my thoughts, I feel like he's going to give her Kuma's person, like his the human side of Kuma, which is her dad, what he took out.
So that's interesting because obviously Kuma just used his ability in the chapter in 68.
Yes.
And he popped himself somewhere. I'm assuming it's going to have to be exactly where they're at, so he might pop up on Agate Highland at this moment.
Honestly, that would be a little bit too OP because we don't know the extent of his ability, like how far he could send someone. Well, matter of fact, we do because when he did that to the Straw Hats to separate them, So he might be able to do that. That'll be OP if he can. Now, talking about Kuma, let's talk about the Seraphim of Kuma. He's able to use Kuma's devil fruit because he experimented, and again, Kuma was a warlord, so he experimented on Kuma, and he was able to replicate his devil fruit and put them into the Seraphims.
Yeah,
that just goes to show you like the capability of Vegapunk. Like basically now it's like he could replicate devil fruits. Now how far the extent, like could he do like the awakened ability to, you know, everything, and you know, if he could take away that factor of being affected by water. So that could be a thing as well. Now, I
didn't even think about that. That's true, though.
Yeah. And honestly, that's why I say Momonosuke's devil fruit might be the perfect devil fruit, because look, he's a perfectionist. The reason why he didn't say that devil fruit was to perfection was because it was pink.
Yeah,
But
just
maybe,
color.
but maybe also have Momonosuke been tossed into water before? I don't think he has.
Damn, I'm not sure. I can't recall if he was or
We're,
wasn't.
I'll do research on that. If he hasn't, I feel like Momonosuke might be the only devil fruit user that could swim.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's put a pin on that. Now, now in 1068, when CP0 pulls up, he tells them like, hey, we're here just to drop off the seraphim, or whatever the case is, and one of the I forgot which Vegapunk robot that was that told him to like just drop it off at the island. We're good. We're busy right now, so just leave it there. And that's when Rob Lucci suspected that he might be on to them, knowing why they're there.
Right. He asked if he was suspicious of them or anything like that.
Exactly. And I didn't know that previous CP0 agents was sent to Egghead Island to get Vegapunk or to take care of him.
5 and 7, and he said those ships never returned.
And then that's when he caught on, when he was like, yo, you know what? We're just going to abandon ship and board, use the Seraphim's ability, the Kuma's ability, whatever, to board. And because Rob Lucci knew. And as soon as they did that, the beast, the sea beast, or the mechanic sea beast, whatever, destroyed the ship.
Right.
So that was, kind of crazy on that part. Now, everyone is saying that they're trying to power scale Rob Lucci in this one moment where one of the Vegapunks attacked Rob Lucci. And
he attacked Atlas.
Yeah, Atlas, attacked, just rushed in, and he got, she got one-shotted. Now everyone is saying, oh, they're comparing it. Remember when Luffy attacked Atlas, and Atlas, hit Luffy, and then, he went all the way back. And so now, like, you can't really power scale that, because like Luffy is like, he's like like in that moment you could tell like he wasn't serious. It was like a not. She just went at him went at Atlas just to go at Atlas. Rob Lucci went at Atlas to, I'm no games.
No, that's true. He said, what did Kaku say? He's like, he didn't show any mercy. Then he used, I forgot the name of that attack. It's like Kokujin or something like that. That general with the double fist that he was using on Luffy. Mm-hmm. And he uses like, I'm assuming that's one of his most, or if not his most powerful attack on Atlas, like right then and there. Mm-hmm. But I think Luffy has enough sensibility as far as like hockey or observation stuff like that to understand like how bad the damage, how much damage or the potential like he can take or whatever from this hit. So it's just, I don't think that would be the right thing to do. I would think that Luffy would he could annihilate the whole CP0 by himself if he really wanted to. I think I think he's really at that point, because if Rob could actually like stand ground with Luffy, that's kind of ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. Yes.
Because that just means he's damn near Yonko level, and I don't see that happening.
Exactly. I don't see
him being close to Admiral level. I mean, I would say he's pretty damn strong. He might.
If it's Admiral, it'll be like bottom tier.
I don't even think he's there. At most I give him Yonko first commander, and that's it. And that right there actually is a lot, but I give him that much, no further than that. And Luffy's obviously above any first commander at this point. So he may not be true Yonko level, but there's a midsection in between that where Luffy's sitting right now, and Rob should not be able to, can't hang with him. I mean, I don't even know what the hell just happened to Kaku. If he was lights out, if he's really that hurt off of some laser beams, because that would have been cool if Zoro would have came back and just would have killed him like again. And
honestly, in that instant, now let's see the growth of Luffy that he has. The Conqueror's Haki. He has the Conqueror's Haki infused, with his attacks. He has Future Sight. He has, Gearfifth, Fourth, Snake Man, Bound Man, Tank Man. All of those forms, prior from fighting Rob Lucci. And I really don't think. And I think like at the end of the chapter, you're seeing that, it was like, they both met. And in the moment where they meet, I feel like, Rob Lucci's going to attack. Luffy is just going to use Future Sight, dodge his attacks, probably hit him back one time. And then that's where they're going to have like a conversation, like, what are you doing here? Why are you here? And then like I said, Luffy, like Rob Lucci is going to catch on to like You know, like he's gonna be able to talk to Vegapunk like, yo, they're trying to get rid of me because I'm trying to do these things for everyone. So, and then once,
do you think they're gonna play it off like maybe he got? Well, obviously, if he gets away, you know, I guess that's the goal. But he's probably gonna play it off like he's dead or something like that. Like they killed him.
Not necessarily. I don't think so, because I don't think Kaku and Stussy or Sucky, whatever that person, Stussy, I don't think they're really going to go along with it. So it might be. It's going to be some type of conflict there.
What if Rob ends up killing them in order to keep that whole secret?
I don't think he's going to kill him. I don't like if it's so be the case. If that happens, I feel like they might just say, you know, Rob went rogue because of whatever, and Stussy and Kaku returns, and then, you know, Rob stays to figure out, you know, what's going on or what's happening between, or like they make it seem like CP0 chases Luffy and them to Elbaf, and then they might end up there, or there are times where they're going to Elbaf and they get the brief rundown of everything on what Vegapunk is trying to do. That's where they part ways. You know, and they go on to Elbaf and they say, you know what, we'll leave. Like you said before, we'll say that we killed you or you escaped and you went to Elbaf. We'll give you some time before the government gets there. You know, whatever. And another thing, I'm going to go back to 1067, where the true plan of Vegapunk, where he said that basically he has the brain fruit. That's basically his brain is in Egghead Island or whatever. It's like so it's like he's constant. The knowledge that he's constantly getting is being put into Punk Records, but it's not in his brain because like his brain is gonna, you know, constantly keep growing. So whatever knowledge that him or the other Vegapunks gets transferred to, you know, Punk Records, and he's able to share it with his 6 clones. So basically he wants to share that knowledge that he gets on a daily basis with everyone on the planet, and that's kind of deadly because, like I said before, he knows what happened. He knows government secrets. So once he's able to share the government secrets with everyone else, everyone's gonna really figure out what the government is. Now, mind you, he might share that with Rob Lucci. He might share that with CPZ. He might share that with CP0.
He also said that was the reason why, you know, 68. He says they're trying to erase him just like they did to O'Hara because he knows too much.
Exactly. And then once they find out, they just like what Saul did. Saul, you know, turn his back on the government. They might do the same thing if they find out the truth. So that could be, you know, that could also be a reason why. And where in Tech 68, where, you know, Vegapunk was talking about how it's energy that he basically wants to share with everyone, and not also knowledge and the the equipment and all that stuff, like he wants to share with everyone, so everyone could basically, you know, the war could basically come to an end with everyone and nobody has to really fight.
I don't think the world would actually allow him or really want him to do that, you know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, or I've stated it before, he's going to get on Luffy's ship or whatever. He's going to hand out some type of upgrade. I'm pretty sure it's to Frankie.
Probably, yes.
I mean, the cyborg or whatever. He's only a tech head. He's the only one that really could. No, I can't even say he's the only one that can benefit. Because he could probably make upgrades to Nami's stuff, more than likely Usopp's stuff.
Yeah.
So I think he would be a great asset for the time being while he's on the ship. And I don't know if he has like some teleportation device, but that was kind of weird in that chapter, like how he just disappeared. If that was even his actual physical body or what the hell he did to disappear, that was crazy.
Honestly, I think it wasn't his physical body, because even though that whole time nobody touched him, so we didn't really know. Nobody really came in contact with him, so that might have been. Was he not stuck in the robot when Luffy first encountered him? Like his body was stuck in the robot, and then he popped out or something like that. Yeah, true.
So and maybe he does have some type of tech to make his body like transfer or teleport around, you know.
Right, because even so, that when Kaku, you know, tried to Tempest kick that beast was only a hologram.
It was a hologram, yeah. Maybe it was.
Real.
Yeah, who knows?
That's what I'm saying. It looked real. Now, and it's a good thing that you brought up that the machine that he was stuck in, the machine from whatever that attacked the government 200 years ago. He was trying to replicate whatever power that
Yeah, that's the energy source
machine.
that he's trying to bring and spread to the world.
There you go. That was the energy source that because like he can't even he can't replicate it. He can't replicate. So honestly, I feel like it has to run off of something else, and I hope that it does not tie into Joy Boy where only he could power it or whatever the case is. Like I really don't.
That would be weird.
Yes, I really hope
do hope it's something else. But obviously, real quick, Dragon knew, or he seems overly concerned or very concerned. You see in his face in 1068. I feel like these guys are gonna make their move too at the same time. They're gonna try to follow Kuma, and they're gonna. This is all leading into the whole. Maybe it is Elbaf or whatever, but it's gonna be Luffy and Revolutionaries, his dad, coming together, and this is gonna actually be a really pretty big arc. I would think that they're coming to right now.
So how would they track Kuma though?
That's a good question. I don't know.
The Vivi card, probably. Does he have one? Can he use one?
Yeah, anybody can have their own Vivi card, right?
Okay, so yeah, that's the way they probably track him.
Really small at the moment because he's on
cyborg.
Well, he's just nearly dead. You see how bad of shape he was, and he still has all these tubes in him and everything. He stopped his recovery just to go, I'm pretty sure, to his daughter at this point in time to save her, because he knows that somehow, or maybe he's seeing things through the Seraphim or something like that, or he has some type of connection to the Seraphim. Because how else would he know what the hell's going on? The dude just jumps up automatically as soon as they say that they want to kill her, unless somebody else has relayed information to him. Maybe they have a spy in CP0 or something like that, or maybe he's connected. Maybe that's why he was part of the government, or allowed himself so they can infiltrate and get inside of the government. That's probably why he allowed
him and Vegapunk has, like, before Kuma offered himself to Vegapunk. It's a clause that he probably like, hey, listen, connect me to my daughter telepathically, something, so I know when something happens to her. That's what I'm saying. Before you take away my conscience or something like that.
I don't think that was really the case. That he didn't really get like to that point or start acting that way until until CP0 started to talk about killing her.
Right.
So maybe he does have some type of connection to the Seraphim. I don't know. There's a lot that can go on right there, but it kind of does make sense because Vegapunk has ties with Dragon already, so he probably did do something for Kuma, and obviously they do probably have some underlying things going on where they're trying to bring down the world government from the inside, inside out or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. But I just don't like how people are trying to speculate or still compare Lucci to Luffy.
I don't.
Honestly, they fought like way back in Ennie's lobby, and it was a ridiculously close battle. Fine, but the amount of strides and gains that Luffy has gotten in this amount of time or whatever, or the amount of time that's passed, I'm sure is levels and levels above whatever Rob is capable of at this point. I mean, there's no way. Like, I'm pretty sure some of the lower Straw Hats could probably. Yeah, for sure. I don't think Zoro would lose to him. I don't think Sanji will lose to him. I don't think Jinbei will lose to him.
Right. I think Jinbei is where it stops at. Like that will be a neck and neck battle
right there.
Yeah, that would be.
And I don't even think we've ever seen Jinbei go all out yet. So
the most that we've seen when he back in Wano when he fought Who's Who.
But he destroyed Who's Who. So
exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
Definitely have to agree. But overall, what I think about this chapter is really like setting up, like it makes you think about the ability of Vegapunk, like how far can he? Because now is he able? Even though he studied devil fruits, can he break down your ability and your potential on the devil fruit? Like what if he says, your sun god has another form?
Well, so the thing is he's so good that he took all aspects of the people that were part of Mads. Like he can clone people, which is what Judge did. He cloned his kids or whatever. He can make cyborgs, which is what Queen did, and then he can do all the stuff with the devil fruit, which is I think what Caesar did as well, right? Caesar was doing all that stuff.
Yes.
And I think Caesar was making John. He was He's making Giants, I believe.
Giants, yes.
What's that called? Punk Hazard?
Punk Hazard, yes. Was it Punk Hazard? Yes, Punk Hazard.
Punk Hazard. He's all of them in one, plus more, it seems, because his goal is a lot different than what everybody else has. But you could just obviously I don't even think the government's really going after Caesar or any of those other guys. I mean, I guess for different reasons, but not for the fact that they have all this knowledge.
They are, but they're not top priority.
That's what I'm saying. So for them to just be like really, really coming after Vegapunk now, they're just like, yo, he knows way too much, like way too much, and he's trying to do too much. So I think with that just being like that, the dude, he's just hearing from him from the beginning of whatever the story was, whenever you first heard about him, you know his capabilities are through the roof. And that's why I'm actually pretty excited that he's going to travel with the Straw Hats, and they're not just leaving him there, because somebody's going to get something out of him, and it's going to be really, 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 like, I guess, helpful to the Straw Hats in the future.
Right. So before he leaves the island, what I think should happen is
to blow that shit up, bro. Just press a button and blow the whole shit up. And just
that weapon, man, that machine that attacked the government 200 years ago. I really want them to go into details on why it attacked, how it's powered. So, like,
but it never even got to attack. That's the thing. They said right before it attacked the world government, or what is it, Mary Joie or whatever. I think that's where it was at. It lost power. So they don't even know. He doesn't really fully know, because they never even got to see it do anything.
Right.
There's no record of it ever being able to attack. I'm assuming if it did attack, it would have, wrecked some stuff, but it ran out of power. So, if not, I feel like he should just detonate the place or whatever or something, because if he does that, like, what's the government's going to come in and do what? Steal all that knowledge or whatever? Just take the island for themselves and just have everything?
I don't think they'll be able to steal the knowledge, because like the knowledge is in the brain, so they can't access it unless they have that little antenna thing on their head.
Yeah.
So,
true. But what if they get a hold of one of these clones and something happens? I don't know.
Probably, but
at the same time, like, who's a good enough scientist to be able to
exactly. Like that's what I was just about to say. Like, who's gonna be smart enough, like, to really?
He is the world government scientist. So.
Oh, yeah. Now let me ask you a question. The Sentinmaru, he's on the island as well. He's Vegapunk's bodyguard. Now, whose side is he gonna take? Because he's supposed to be, like, in charge of the Seraphins. So being that CP0 is attacking now, and then they said that, whatever Seraphims that we have, leave it in charge of him, but he's Vegapunk's bodyguard. So whose side is he going to take?
True. I think Sentinmaru is a true badass, though, because the dude, remember, he showed up with all the what do you want to call it?
The PX7s, PX9s.
The PXs at on Saburi.
Yeah.
The dude just had an axe, and that was it. And now
we got next too.
Now he's in control of the Seraphim. I'm pretty sure. I don't think he could beat Seraphim, though. Because we've seen how powerful they are. Like, yes. Especially when Blackbeard, when they pulled up against Blackbeard, and he, Blackbeard was like, "Yo, what the hell?" He was kind of fazed by it. So it's funny that they didn't even say anything about him either being there in the first place, and all of a sudden they're like, "Yo, just awaken or activate," so and so.
Right.
But if that's the thing too, it's just like, so if those Seraphim are there and the Straw Hats are there, I don't see how CP0 could really do anything, because I feel like I said Luffy could just solo all of CP0 and that would be that.
Probably,
but
yeah.
The Seraphim
probably
being as strong as they are, and I'm pretty sure he could just take back control of the Kuma Seraphim. I don't think these dudes would stand a chance at all. There's nothing they could do. And then he has all this weird hidden traps, like the technology. Like I said, if Kaku got beat, if he is truly beat like that, like down and out, I know he's still alive because he was still talking after the fact of getting hit by the laser. But if he got hit by the laser and he's done, like, come on, bro. There's nothing.
Yeah,
maybe Luffy needs to beat Lucci senseless real quick, and then just talk to him like, yo.
I'm not gonna say senseless. That's basically he's just gonna show, like, yeah, listen, you can't touch me. There's nothing you could do. Let's have a talk, because you can't beat me.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? So I
look
feel like
like
it's
it,
going to be
but
one of those
didn't try
moments, yeah. And then
anything.
like, yeah, while he's attacking Luffy, like he's just going to do future sight, and then while he's doing the future, he's going to look at him like, yo, bro, like this is useless, like
And
just
then
chill.
Zoro's gonna pull up and he's gonna kill everybody else.
Yeah, chill. That's the true king of parts right there.
Anywho, I would think that it's either they try to, but at the same time too, it's just like, who knows what else CP0 has brought along with them? Who knows? Like they don't have their ship anymore, so how are they even planning on getting off the island in the first place? Unless they somehow were trying to use the Seraphim ability. I don't know if that's going to take them that far away or even put them somewhere, but maybe they contacted someone to bring another ship along and like, yo, by the time we're done doing this, you can be here and you can pick us up. So who knows what the hell happened?
Well, they might, think like, hey, the ship didn't come back yet. Let's go send more. So then that's how they get off the island.
Maybe
eventually.
right.
I think that's how it might be. Like they instead of Rob Lucci and them, going with them and then parting ways, they might just stay back on the island. Like we're just gonna wait for reinforcements and say you guys got away, or you understand what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Like Straw Hats were here, blah blah. Because mind you, they don't know the Straw Hats are there, so they could say that hey, the Straw Hats were there. They took Vegapunk and they went off. So honestly, yeah. So that might happen, even though honestly that's what really happened.
The guy's already in hybrid form, acting like he's about to do some shit. So
right, but okay. Yeah. What if he unlocked? Instead of it's the hybrid. Well, damn, yeah, because it isn't the hybrid form like their strongest of offensive form.
Yeah.
So then, because I'm like, he might get another form like his actual, Zoan form, and then, but then that still doesn't.
They're screwed. They ran into the wrong group of pirates. That's all.
That is true. Yeah, that is true. I would have to agree 100%.
He's gonna have flashbacks getting his ass whooped. So
smoked.
But all in all, the chapter was really good. I know you didn't ask for rating, but I give it like a solid 8. Because it's going to be leading into some good things if Oda continues right from there. I think that would be a really good interaction between the two of them in the next chapter. I like the information. Like I said, I really like the cover page for this one. Some of the best cover pages for a while, actually. That was one of the best. And I don't know. We'll just see what happens from there.
Well, I would give like a 7.5.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go too overboard with it. Yeah, but like yourself, I would agree with you. Like I do hope that Oda does Odin smoke, continues. But I feel like the next chapter it might go back to, because I really want to know what the conclusion of Blackbeard and Law, because the speculations that everyone is coming up with, how Blackbeard is going to steal his Law's devil fruit, and that's going to be his third fruit. And honestly, if that's
dying no time soon, bro.
Yeah, I don't think he's one of the pirates that's going to be, for the future of the anime / manga. So I don't see him being killed off or his devil fruit being taken. I just see it being like a stalemate. Like, is it a stalemate, or the most that can happen? Blackbeard takes his poneglyph.
That. Or he captures him and something else happens and he ends up escaping, or somebody saves him, but there's no way. I don't see anybody being Blackbeard like that.
Yeah. So that's my expectations for the next chapter that's coming out. And even though if that does happen, that's pretty good, and then it segues into them going off into Elbaf, into the final arc. So yeah, like I said, it's not a bad chapter. Not a bad chapter. So that concludes it, guys. Your boy Deem, Nobunaga Deno. That is our chapter review of One Piece 1068. And yeah.
Comment, like, and subscribe. And send your theories in as well in the comments. We'd like to know. We'd like to see. If
you have an idea what's going to happen in the next chapter, or what's the conclusion of Blackbeard and Law, leave that in the comment section below. Would appreciate it. That being said, this is the Hashira Podcast signing out. Peace.